if you're a gamer dad like me, you want more time for this, then you've got to make more time for your children. You've got to play with them, okay? And because we ask a lot of our children. We ask them to leave the playground when they really want to stay. We ask them to take a bath. We ask them to do their chores. We ask them to leave us alone, right, when we need time for ourselves. We ask a lot of our children. We ask them to enter our world so often that they have a harder time doing those things because you don't invest in them. See, a relationship shouldn't be transactional, but there is a give and take, right? And so when you ask your children to enter your world so constantly that you begin to become a tyrant parent, and that's not what you want. You don't want to be like that. You want to be the fun parent. And in order for you to have more times to be the fun parent, you've got to build relationship capital. So you got to make deposits into their bank because you're withdrawing from them often because you're asking so much of them, right? So you got to put more into their bank. So that means you've got to enter their world. There's so many things psychologically, biologically that are happening with a children's child development that it's vital for dads to play with their kids. And I get it. Playing with kids seems silly. It's not always intuitive for every parent. Here's a couple tips on playing with your children. Number one, enter their world, right? They're in charge. They're in charge of their world. So if you ever watched the show Bluey, which I'm sure you have as a dad, if you're a modern dad like me, you notice that Bandit, the dad, constantly plays with his kids, but he allows them to make the rules. You've probably been trying to play with your kids more often, but you've been trying to play your rules. Number two, if your child struggles to play with you because you haven't been doing this enough, and maybe you feel silly doing it too, think about the things that you love to do as a child. It's so easy to just bleed for your children all day long. You deserve more time for this, but that means you've got to build more relationship capital with your kids. It means you got to play with them more. And then when you ask them to, hey, dad needs some time for alone, they're more likely to be okay with it.